Welcome to the Mass Journal. I'm the Masses, and this is my trading journal based on my trading perspective, my trading experiences, and my trading visions. Anyways, the motto is improvement, maintenance, and victory. The Masses. I should just make something like that. Anyways, I'm on day 14. Yeah, I'm on day 14. I funded $50. I blew. And I blew because it's stupid. I didn't immerse myself in the account experience. Yes, we carry on. That's the second L I'm taking during this project. In a grand total, I've lost like $20. Fuck. Now, it doesn't seem bad. It's like, why is this guy tripping over $20? That's the thing. Here's the thing. I've been trading for years, for a long time. Now, the perspective of trading for years is not necessarily you've been trading for years. All those years, you learn until the market objectifies you. And then you get to a point where you feel like, okay, I'm okay. And now I have to objectify certain things. This is me speaking from a position of structure. I'm no longer a learner in the market. Time passed and funds lost is devastating to me. It doesn't matter how much funds, it doesn't matter how much time, because I understand those two things I need to objectify. When we started out trading, I remember when I used to trade with my friends. We used to trade small accounts and we trade them successfully. We've always been profitable, but we've never been, withdrawing big funds. We've always been profitable. We can fund, withdraw, fund, withdraw, fund, withdraw. And we never really understood that was profitability. What we were always aiming for is funding to capital, which is growing maybe $1,000 to 200K. Why? Because in this industry, that is possible. Obviously, when you start out with a small account, the first thing that you're trading for is survival. You trade for your survival. You're not trading for profit. How much return can I make? I want to survive until my account reaches a point where I can trade without fearing drawdowns. Another thing, a small account develops skill. You can trade through okay, every moment in the market is unknown. I wouldn't even say unknown. It's I don't want to call it unique, but every moment in the market is dangerous. We know this. It's 50-50. The market is risky. But when it comes to a small account, you start off in danger. You being able to work off from that danger without any excuses, adapting, is pure skill. Because given that your account was bigger, again, managing a small account and managing a large account is two different things. There's a saying when it comes to the art of war that managing large numbers is the same as managing big numbers. Maybe the perspective of process, yes, but in terms of action, no. On paper, yes, but in act, no. A large account, when you lose, you can trade through drawdowns. And I call drawdowns fluctuations. There's no such thing as a drawdown because you already have a target. If your target is 500 million, even if you funded 10 million and your account goes to 100K, that is not a drawdown. Your account is built to fluctuate. You are still in the game. The drawdown is when you blow your account and you're no longer able to trade, because a drawdown is the time that's being wasted. You cannot carry on trading towards your goal. That's a drawdown. And you don't have funds to trade to your goal. That's a drawdown. But losing in the market where what you literally see on your chart is prices go up and down, literal fluctuations, is not a real thing. Losing is the bad reaction you give. If I lose a trade, oh my God, I lost. I'm such a... You're a loser if you act like that. That's real losing. Losing is when you blow a guy and quit. You're a loser when you do that. And another thing I also realized, that's why I'm carrying on. If I cut on day 14, now I have to go and research and find out what more. Here's the thing. I have a process. I journal. These past 2 days have been the best trading days of my life. Day 13 and day 14. Even though I lost $50, that's like $3. $3. Look, I can console myself and say my homie lost $500 in 15 minutes. But that's his account. My account is $3. I need to immerse myself in the account and look at the possibility of trading that. As long as you're in the market, you have enough skill, access, you have an objective, and you have funds, you can hit a goal. And you can hit any goal that is. Usually people withdraw because it's situational. I'm going to withdraw 40K. I'm going to withdraw 100K because it's situational. But if you're a trader like me who's been living below his means for years while creating structure of his trading business where he can allocate funds and creating the skill that is necessary. No. It's the trading, then the expansion. It's a plan. It's a plan overall. Now, I'm disappointed in myself. I shouldn't have lost that 50 bucks. I went into profit twice. The account went to 120 first time, and then it went to 112 the second time. My stupid pea brain didn't realize that. Here's the thing. Close this trade. You understand the fluency of this account. Per stop loss, it's 30 bucks. Per stop loss is 30 bucks. So that's the painful thing about a small account, that I need this stop loss to work out this trade. But obviously, when you see it's not working out, you have to manage it because this is your last amount. And a lot of people don't want that. My account is losing. I'm not going to manage it no more. You are losing out on the potential knowledge that you gain, the potential experience that you gain. The reason you don't gain any experience and knowledge is because you attach your losses to that one account. Here's the thing. One account is all that's required to change your life. And again, this one account, you don't necessarily need to be attached to it because blowing is inevitable. Profitability isn't. In a year, you could fund 10 times and only be profitable out of one account. I want to say you're a failure because you blew 9. No, it's inevitable to blow because the game is a game of fluctuations. But to make your money, you have to be equipped enough, skilled enough, able enough. It's not what you know, it's what you can do. But you need to know what you need to do. And me, I'm okay with that. But I am also disappointed in myself. It's 50 bucks. In trading, it's not just 50 bucks. Especially when you have enough skill. And skill is knowing what to do, your reactions. Can you lose more? Can you win big? Can you perform consistently? Can you ensure you don't blow? Can you stay above standard? Can you do that? So I understood. My pea brain understood then. Here's the thing, nigga. Save, close this profit, because when it comes to a small account, and it's a video I've been looking for on YouTube and I couldn't find. But when it comes to a small account, taking profit is essential. And that's one thing that hindered me from making $200 last week, because of taking too much profit too early. It's essential, but at a particular point in your account size. So whenever I go through my recording process, there's also a process within the recording, which is, it's not the charts first. It's account size first, then history. And I'm talking about the trading terminal now. Account size first. Let's say I have 50 bucks. I have 50 bucks. Then trade history. No trades were taken. Then chart. Today's day 14. What's the easiest trade I can get? How can I move my funds? I take the trade. I only have 50 bucks. I need to move my funds forward. 121. That's good profit. Close your trade. Each stop loss is like 30 bucks. If this 121 is raised properly tomorrow, you can take 4 trades. 30 bucks, 30 bucks, 30 bucks. The return is 800. In 3 trades, 800. 4 trade, you risk half of that 800 on the entire session. This is just hypothetically speaking. And I should have done that. I didn't. Why didn't I do it? Because I was chasing for momentum. The markets were pissing me off. I was chasing last week's momentum. Last week, I got out of a trade. I made like $60, and this trade went on for like 4 days, 5 days. This trade is supposed to go on for 4 days, 5 days. Why am I getting out within a couple of hours? Fuck that. I'm staying in. And that was my problem. Here's the thing. Momentum will catch me when momentum catches me. Right now, what I should be doing is putting in good performances. And me not closing is me being a loser. And it's something I just need to acknowledge. This is you being a loser. Today, 2 days ago, I was tripping out. I was tripping out because I didn't want to accept that I'm doing the wrong thing. And now it's like, yo, if you don't accept you're doing the wrong thing, how are you going to improve, develop, move forward? And it's not necessarily that big of a deal, because the biggest deal is the progress. So if you're busy attached to the idea of you failing, of you not doing right, instead of the idea of you acknowledging that, yes, I did wrong, but I could improve, you're missing out on progress. You're missing out on movement. You're missing out on a clearer perspective. So right now, I'm going to do myself a favor. I funded twice. So far, my total loss is $20. Me funding these small accounts. Why am I doing this? Well, I'm doing this because, one, to have the blueprint to trade a small account. Two, to prove that it's possible in trading realm. And if I have that type of blueprint with the experiences that I've had, meaning my journals, my route to profitability, I can put up a stable framework for people to actually use and actually trade. Now, which people? My people, the people I'm going to train, the people that maybe want training. I don't know. The future has a lot of things for me. And that's why I need this. Anyone can trade with any amount. Everyone who's profitable, most of the people who are profitable traded with a fair substantial amount. I don't want that. I'm the best. I want to be able to know how to trade with a small account into a base capital. Why? Because this can help a lot of people. Now, I'm happy with myself in terms of the losses that I've taken, because I'm taking losses early on instead of later on, and it's teaching me how to perceive these things, and it's teaching me how to respond. My response becomes a habit, and a habit that I'm going to express in the future. So I need to write down these habits. If you lose, if you win, you're not going to write down what to do. It's very difficult to gauge what you did when you won. But when you lose, you understand what you should have done, what should have worked, And I realized I should have closed trades. A winner talks about what they made happen. A loser talks about what happened to them. And this is me talking about what happened to me. This is me being a loser. So anyways, the standard. As much as it's $20 that I lost in total, $21 in total, I cannot fund again after I fund again. I'm going to fund $50 again, and I cannot afford to fund again. Otherwise, I'm making a fake project. It's fake. The attempt is fake. Again, you need to be able to gauge and manage the account. You need to know how to put funds on a leash. And this is me. I don't know. The main thing, yes, there are specific things that a small account has to do. Taking profit, protecting and all that. But there's also something that the trader has to do, has to become, in order to, gauge those two things in a particular manner which makes sense. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to carry on. I figured out profit accumulators. Yes, that's dope. Whatever. Anyways, we want something better. We need a better performance. We can't be performing like this. We can't be. We can't be. So yeah, in the future, this makes sense, because a trader that can fund small and generate large funds is a positive trader. Right now, it makes no sense why I'm doing this, but in the future, it will make sense, because we'll be able to allocate specific type of funds continuously and make large returns. I'm funding $50. Now, if I fund $200 and I aim for 300,000 or 500,000 in a month, that's not possible unless I have this blueprint. Because now I can gauge the metrics that ensure that happens. How do I ensure that happens? Because if I can grow 500 to 200, $50 to 200K, or $10 to 200K, imagine with $2,000 what I can do. So it removes, I don't want to be disrespectful towards the industry, but it removes the respect out of the industry in terms of it gives power to the trader. So that's what I want. I want to take away some sort of respect from the market to say, here's the thing. We're not going to respect the laws of bringing large capital because we're just that good. You're going to respect us by giving us, that capital because we're just that good. And also, it's understanding the context around market metrics. We'll see. But this day 14, the past few days have been the best trading days of my life. I just have a sense that when I get there, again, I need to immerse myself in the experience of the account. Whether they risk 1,000 or 500, I'm the one in this particular journey making my particular 500K, making my particular 200K in my particular 90 days, in my particular, what is this? Performance, what is this? Performance base, I don't know. But yeah, that's basically what it is. Do not complain when you lose. Just acknowledge that, you know what, I lost, I performed bad, and I'm going to do better tomorrow. I don't want to do this, face this loss again. Not necessarily I don't want to face this loss again, but when I do face this loss, I want to react in a particular manner, and I want to react in a manner which makes me happy, which shows me that I have control. So yeah, the message: you're a loser. Should have closed those trades. You didn't. Now you understand, and now I understand more. Standard. I can't be funding more than 4 times. 4 times. Even if in total it's like 250. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money from the perspective of the market and the outcomes that the market can produce based on the skills that I have and I've acquired from the market. That's poor standard, bro. Poor standard. And again, I keep rejecting big funds because it's not necessarily about trade success. Trade success, anyone can acquire. Okay, from my perspective, where I am, and I understand that anyone can acquire trade success. But this that I'm doing has specific elements about trading that will teach. No, they have specific elements about trading that large accounts cannot teach you. Excuse me, because trading is situational. You need to understand certain things about yourself when you are actually trading. And a small account is the hungry man's account. How does the hungry man become the professional and take over the trading space? So it's basically that. Makes no sense right now, but in my brain, I know what I'm looking for. My vision. Otherwise, the motto is improvement, maintenance, and victory. Don't be too harsh on yourself. Just because you lost and you're acknowledging the loss doesn't mean you need to give yourself a backhand. Acknowledge you lost. It's not trying to avoid the loss. It's trying to develop the proper character that can handle the loss. If it happens, it's not if it happens. It's even if it happens, I'm still winning.